All right, well, good afternoon, everybody. We appreciate coming out. Larry Bissett, good to see him right across the street. Thank you for being one of the early investors in 4th Street. And it's just really great to see all the things that have been happening on 4th Street over the last several years, and no doubt turning into one of the great streets here in our country, I think, in really short order. And you guys have seen that as you've come here, depending on which way you came on 4th Street. You would have seen what's happening with the Kindred expansion over here, or you would have seen the revitalization taking place north of here as well. But in any case, 4th Street really is the gateway to our downtown and is setting the stage for a great urban atmosphere, metropolitan atmosphere that we see all over our downtown city core right now. A lot of businesses and entertainment venues have made South 4th Street their home recently, including where we're at here today at Theater Square Marketplace, and we want to thank George Stinson for allowing us to be here. More recent additions, the Mercury Ballroom is rocking on a regular basis, and Cellar Door Chocolates just opened up within the last month or so. You're seeing more and more hotel activity. The Hilton Garden Inn has been a home run, and then 8 Up on the roof of that is one of the great restaurants in the city. Embassy Suites opened up across from the Seelbach, and it's really full down there. Great restaurant next door with Catch 23. Almost 4,500 hotel rooms now available downtown. And then we hope for the Omni to be kicking off in January as well, which will add another 600 rooms, and then a few other hotels starting as well. And as I mentioned, just across the street, Kindred Healthcare, Governor, you and I were at that announcement not too long ago, and that's going to be beautiful. You can see right across the street. So with growth like this, we're seeing it's really important to provide top-notch amenities and healthy streetscapes to the businesses and residents who live, work, and shop and increasingly dine here in the downtown area. So thanks to a great partnership, a really healthy partnership with our local leaders, our state leaders, many of whom are here today, we're able to do exactly that. And it would not have happened without our governor here, who has one more Monday to go in his 8 years as governor. As you've heard me say many times before, the work that Governor Beshear has done for this Commonwealth has been nothing short of extraordinary. He came in the beginning of a recession, the Great Recession in our country. He did not blink. He was able to move our state forward in some super significant ways while taming a budget that many other states, frankly, could not manage. But he and his team did that, and in the process of doing that as well, gave health care to 500,000 Kentuckians that never had it before. And that, my friends, will be one of the great legacies of this century for any governor. Please welcome Governor Steve Beshear.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor, very much. I'm excited to be here in Louisville once again for yet another investment in making this a more livable community. I love 4th Street. I've been trying now for several years to buy some stock in the Starbucks down on Market and 4th, because I have frequented it enough over the last 8 years and tried to get there again today, and came down Jefferson, and I wanted to take a right, and there's Christmas shopping going on right in the middle of 4th Street down that way. But this is a great street in a great city. You know, I want to commend Mayor Fisher and the Metro Council, and I want to commend our many partners in both the public and private sector for the work that's been done to improve conditions in downtown Louisville, especially for pedestrians and people with disabilities. As I'm sure that the mayor will affirm to you, that is a job that is constantly in progress. And that's true of this 4th Street project, the project that brings us here today. As you know, 4th Street is one of the hubs of activity in downtown Louisville. It offers so much to the people who live and work and visit downtown. It has theaters, restaurants, hotels, and a lot of other businesses. It also has a number of nonprofit agencies and organizations, like the Salvation Army, Volunteers of America, Kentuckiana Works, and the Housing Partnership. Those organizations render invaluable services and assistance to veterans, the disabled, the elderly, and the poor. But 4th Street has a serious problem: sidewalks. Its sidewalks in many areas are among the most heavily traveled in the city, but are also badly in need of repair. Conditions in this particular area of 4th Street, specifically on South 4th between West Chestnut and Broadway. The conditions there significantly limit mobility for people who come under the Americans with Disabilities Act. Deterioration of pavers have created trip hazards, and abrupt changes in grade make it difficult for people who are in wheelchairs or need assistance in walking. The result has been multiple claims filed against the Louisville Metro government and multiple problems with our pedestrians. But Mayor Fisher and the local government are determined to fix these problems, and I am determined to help them do just that. So today, I will be presenting a ceremonial check for $1.5 million in funding for the 4th Street project. This funding is a grant to the Louisville Metro government from the Federal Transportation Alternatives Program. When the work is completed, sidewalks in the project area, as I mentioned, on South 4th between West Chestnut and Broadway, will be repaired or rebuilt to be ADA compliant. That in turn will encourage pedestrian and bicycle traffic. Projects such as these enhance a community's transportation choices and therefore enhance the quality of life for citizens in this community. This grant will also further Louisville's larger plan for making it easier for pedestrians to get around all around downtown. We've worked hard here in Louisville over the last 8 years, attracting over $5 billion in new business investment and using public resources to invest in infrastructure like the new downtown crossing. Folks, there is a tremendous amount of momentum, both in our Commonwealth, particularly in Louisville, Kentucky. And that has to do with the partnership that I've been able to have with Mayor Fisher, with the Metro government, and with all of the public and private sectors that are here in this city. Working together, we have created that momentum. I'm looking forward to seeing it continue, and I know it will. Congratulations.
Thank you, Governor Beshear. It's like Santa Claus is coming to town a little bit early for us. We appreciate that. He was here Friday night, but anytime we can get $1.5 million for streetscape here in our downtown, we really, really appreciate that. This grant is $1.5 million, but it's going to build upon the $1.5 million in Metro funds, so your all's funds as citizens here of Louisville, and over $400,000 in previously allocated state funds that we've already spent on enhancements along this corridor between Muhammad Ali and Chestnut Street, as well as how Guthrie Street is opened up as well. And then it's complementing the now over $100 million in private sector investment that's currently being made in this area. And then when you add on the $300 million at the Omni, the $200 million at the Convention Center expansion, et cetera, you know, we're quickly getting over $1 billion in terms of investment that's taking place in our downtown city core right now, and that's being noticed all over the country. The improvements made through this funding will not only benefit new businesses, but also continues the tradition that was started by the anchor institutions. And when you think now with how this rebirth of 4th Street and how we have always had the Brown here and the Sealback along this corridor, how things are really coming full circle over the last 50 to 100 years here, and it's just great to see everything coming back into play. Councilman David Tandy probably has the most dynamic council district of anybody. There's a lot going on, and he's also the president of the council as well, so this is one busy guy. Please welcome Councilman David Tandy.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon and happy holidays to everyone. It is indeed another great day in the 4th Metro Council District. You You know, 4th Street has always played a vital role in Louisville's history. If you stop and you think about it, 4th Street has always been that economic hub of our city. That's where you saw the shops, and people would shop up and down 4th Street all the time. 4th Street was the place that we saw our advances in civil rights take place up and down 4th Street as well. It's also the place where Thomas Merton had his epiphany. And so you can start to see how important 4th Street is to us as a community. This grant that has been made by the Commonwealth of Kentucky through the leadership of Governor Steve Beshear, and I want to add to the chorus of other Kentuckians who have continued to sing the praises of this particular governor for the leadership that he's provided to us over these past 8 years. His brand of leadership of being calm and steady and resolute throughout trying times is certainly a model of leadership that I think all of us who have put ourselves out there for public service hope to emulate for years to come. And so again, Governor, I want to thank you for the work that you have done as our leader of the Commonwealth. But this particular grant here, helping us to revitalize this particular portion of 4th Street, is going to help attract more and more people into the central corridor of Louisville. And as we are entering into that Christmas season and the Hanukkah season and all the other great holidays that we'll be celebrating this time of year, I'd encourage all of you, if you want to avoid the traffic of the malls that may be out there, come down and stop at all of these local shops that we have here. They would appreciate your business, and in the same time, you'll be able to find a unique gift that you can give to your loved ones. And so that's a plug for my constituents, my business constituents here in downtown Louisville. But again, I want to thank the governor for this particular grant, thank Mayor Fisher and my other colleagues on the council for our continued focus on improving our infrastructure in the city. We know that when you put money into infrastructure, it's not all that sexy. But when you are able to walk down the sidewalk and not have to trip over it, or if you're wearing high heels, I don't wear high heels often, but I've been told that if you walk down hills and you trip over a crack in the sidewalk, you know, you're breaking the heels and things like that. We want to make sure people are safe as they're walking down our sidewalks. And for that matter, with the potholes that we have from time to time, we want to make sure that those are filled as well. So we want to thank you for this investment. We will use it wisely, and we want to encourage everybody to come back downtown and enjoy all that we have to offer here in this particular part of our fair city. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilman. One of the first things that happened when I took office in 2011 was the Downtown Development Committee asked me to prioritize this capital project here along 4th Street to complement the work that we had started with our retail sector as well. You'll remember the deliberate intent to get more retail here on 4th Street. We've come a long way. The TAP grant here that we're receiving today represents the completion of that commitment relative to redoing the streetscape once it's done. So that shows you that, you know, you take a project on and it takes time over years, but we keep blocking and tackling it, and we get the streetscape done. We got Kindred in shape. We'll have some more retail down here as well. We're going to have, as I said, just a great, great street here. A lot of this work would not have been possible without the hard work of the folks at the Louisville Downtown Partnership. And so to tell us about how all this works together, I'd like to introduce Rebecca Matheny with the Downtown Partnership, our leader there. Rebecca.
I do wear high heels from time to time, so I'm very excited about this. I want to really thank the governor and the mayor and Metro Council President Tandy and Representative Tom Reiner, who'll be up next. This is the same dream team that helped us secure $10 million in state funding for the new streetscape, so we're absolutely thrilled to now have the focus on South 4th Street. I'm actually a resident of South 4th Street. The Downtown Partnership is headquartered here, and we've had a great opportunity to see just the explosion of energy with the new hotels and the wonderful, wonderful group of retailers we have here. A little bit about the streetscape project itself. One of the things we're going to have the opportunity to do with this is, first first of all, as everybody mentioned, to make this a welcoming place for everyone. Right now, it's a very difficult place to navigate, so we'll have much more elegant, clean sidewalks and ones without pavers. They're going to match the ones that are down on the west block of the 500 block between Chestnut and Ali. So very elegant design. We'll also be able to, as part of that project, reintroduce parking on both sides of the street, which is a great thing to support the growth that's happened here. Some lighting improvements, and we will also be looking at making it a really fun and engaging place to be. So thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Rebecca. Now, with all the hands that you've seen in this project, you see how many people are invested in making downtown a success. And part of that success, obviously, is our representation at the state level, which includes our state representative, Tom Reiner. Representative Reiner.
Well, I just want to thank the governor. You know, Governor, those of us who work with the faith-based community know that when you do this kind of work, when you invest $1.5 million making it safer and more accessible for the handicapped, you're doing the Lord's work. And so that's where this comparison ends. We're spending almost the same amount of money to remodel the House and the Senate chambers. And you know, all funds are appreciated in Kentucky. We love to see our Capitol look better. But you know, there is something about helping the disabled that far outweighs anything else we could do with those funds. My father was a totally disabled veteran, and 40 years ago we found that it was very difficult to navigate getting on from one street corner to the next, and all the barriers that there were. And so this is going to help people who need the help the most. And we say thank you, Governor and Mayor. God bless you.
All right. Thanks to everybody. Governor, now you want to, let's do this check. All right. Everybody want to come up here and we'll. Street businesses, why don't y'all guys come up with that photo up here?
There's a little space right here, guys.
Hey, Larry, good to see you. Thank you, sir. Good to see you. Thank you very much. This is great. Got it? All right. That's neat.
Yeah.
This has been a Metro TV production, a public service of Louisville Metro Government.